Well, it happened again. Sam Howell saw those Eagles uniforms across the field and started playing like Tom Brady in the glory years. He had an incredible day, but it wasn't enough. And I want to talk to Trevor Matich here, our Commanders analyst, to sort of break down what happened. Am I overstating the case, Trevor? I mean, Sam Howell, he's the real deal, right?
Well, he's the real deal until he's not. I mean, if you have a sore neck, do not watch this team and Sam Howell in particular, because you'll be looking up and down and up and down and up and down. And that's the way it goes. But you do have to give him credit. You're right, Larry, because in the 2 losses to the Eagles in the last few weeks, he showed up, man. He played really well. He played tough, and he had him in position to win.
Yeah. So 2 questions here. Listen, I take for granted at this point that the NFL officiating is going to be marginal. They miss so many calls, and it's just very frustrating. What bothers me is that it happened often to the Commanders yesterday, and every time they cut to the head coach, Ron Rivera, he looked like a passive bystander. Yeah, he was complaining, but he was complaining the same way I complain from my sofa, and especially that call where he could have easily thrown the red flag and had that catch that the refs ruled a catch reviewed. It wasn't. It hit the ground first. But he never challenged it. I thought this was Riverboat Ron. I thought he took risks like that.
Yeah, what he said after the game is that he was looking up at the monitor, the scoreboard, to see a replay. No replay came. He was waiting for someone from the booth, his own coaching staff, to see a replay up there. They didn't. And while they were waiting, the Eagles ran up to have a quick snap.
Yeah.
So that's what he said. But
because the Eagles knew that it was an incomplete pass.
Right. And so, but he was waiting to confirm it before he threw that flag.
I know he said that. Okay, number 1, have a better person in the booth who looks at this stuff. Don't wait for the scoreboard, number 1. But number 2, if you see the Eagles running up to get a quick snap, doesn't that indicate to you that maybe it should be challenged because the Eagles don't want you to challenge it?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, don't do what the other side wants you to do.
Yeah. All right. So now, thank you. I thank you for validating my concern about Ron Rivera. There's some suggestion that this Tuesday's trade deadline could see a fire sale from the Commanders now that they're 3-5 in a division that certainly looks like they're going to be dominated by the Eagles and the emerging Cowboys. Is that possible? We have a lot of talent.
There is. I think part of it is not fire sale, but necessity. There are going to be 2 big free agents on the defensive line, both Montez Sweat and Chase. Young. Chase Young. Chase Young. Chase Roberts, Chase Daniels. I have a bunch of Chases in my mind right now. They're both former first-round draft choices. They're both outstanding players. They both will be free agents. And because they paid big money to both of their first-round defensive tackles inside, they won't be able to pay both of those guys. There's just not enough salary space. So they're going to have to pick one. They're going to lose one. If they can get a trade, that would be the best thing. If they can't get a trade and they lose one or even both, the free agency, they get compensatory draft picks, but they're hoping to get a better pick via a trade before Tuesday's trade deadline. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. That wouldn't be a fire sale. It would just be getting something from somebody that you're going to lose anyhow. And there's some other free agents that they might, get rid of, but at the same time, this front office staff and this coaching staff needs to win now. Because with the new ownership, if they don't win now, there's a very good chance they won't be here to enjoy whatever draft picks they get via trade anyhow.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Real fast, of course, Trevor Matich is a fantastic, one of the best, if not the best, college football analyst that I love listening to on game day. This scandal, the so-called scandal about the Michigan Wolverines stealing sign, you know how I feel about Michigan. I love that team. Stealing signs, I mean, isn't it a part of college football? They have all these elaborate giant signs and hand signals and everything. I mean, they're obviously using all these elaborate subterfuge because in the past, teams have stolen signs. They look, they see what the sign is, they try to figure out what the play is going to be. Is this much ado about nothing, or is it a real scandal?
No, it's potentially a real serious deal. It's not illegal to steal signs in the way you just described, Larry. The problem is you can't do it electronically, meaning you can't video the signs, and you can't do it in advanced scouting, meaning you can't send somebody out to a team you're playing down the road and videotape their signs in their stadium. And that's what they're accused of doing. And right now there's a lot of smoke and there's a bunch of sparks. But if you're able to do that using artificial intelligence, especially to match up the signs that you've stolen on video with the plays they're doing, you can have a real edge over knowing what the play that they just signaled in is going to be. And that could be a huge problem if true.
I just want to say that I'm relishing the fact that the mighty Ohio State Buckeyes have now been reduced to being little whiny brats. They stole our signs. That's how they made. You know what? Even if you steal signs, you still have to execute the plays, right? Right, Julie?
Right.
Well, you have to make a tackle. Listen, last year, Michigan had 5 touchdown plays of 40 yards or more. And it wasn't because signs were stolen. It's because they missed a tackle.
That's right. Buckeyes. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Your husband's team there, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Buckeyes.
Thank you. Thank you, Trevor. It's
All right.
7:54.
Oh, I'm in trouble.